Digital Marketing Misfits.
Going in this whole like creating and having people always see you and hear you all the time, turning into money. I saw something come across my feed. I shared this in the group. Who remembers I'll Be Missing You by, was Puff Daddy at the time? I think that's what he went by. It was Puff Daddy. Right? Who remembers that song? Right? It was a sampling of The Police, I'll Be Watching You. Apparently at the time, Puff Daddy did not ask, he didn't ask for music rights. He just sampled it and like, hey, I'll ask for forgiveness rather than permission type deal. Well, Sting ended up, I guess, doing a deal. Obviously, he has to pay him royalties. They didn't go too much into it in the article. But how much do you think P. Diddy pays Sting every single day?
Let's say some guesses.
Yeah, let's know comments.
I read the article.
We got 13. Here. We got 13 eyeballs watching here.
I did not read the article, and I haven't even seen it yet. So I'm gonna guess 10,000.
Somebody said $5.50.
$5.
That's it.
It's a little more than $5. $50K, not quite.
Okay, all right.
Dude, 1.5 million a day is a lot. It's actually $5,000 a day that Sting gets paid because of that one song he created back in 70s, 80s. I don't know when I'll Be came out. Dude, $5,000 a day in royalties. Because actually, and what's funny is Sting actually didn't even know how much it was because he said he tweeted, "Oh, this $2,000 a day comes in," and then P. Diddy corrected him. He's like, "No, I actually send you $5. You're welcome." Well, I think was the tweet back.
But here's the thing: how much money did that particular song make Puff Daddy when he? I mean, it probably made him far surpasses whatever the 5,000 per day is. What is that? A couple million per year?
$8 million a year.
$2 million a year he owes to Sting.
Yeah.
But how much money did he make from that?
Well, not only from that, but the residuals of every time it's gets airtime, every time it's played at a wedding by a DJ. All the shit that people have to pay.
I actually think I saw something before you shared it, Dom. I actually saw something about this online, and maybe it was a documentary, but I think this all came about because he just performed it again, right? Like he performed it live very recently. And then it brought this up. I can't remember where I originally saw it.
Everything started streaming again.
Do what?
Everything started streaming again, too.
Because of TikTok, like Rihanna, right? It goes viral. Those things happen. And now the same thing happened with Lil Wayne. The same thing's going to happen with hundreds of more artists. And how many artists just got discovered off TikTok? It's just.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously Diddy's not paying out of his own pocket. It's a cut of the residuals that when the song gets played. Let's clarify that there. But still, the fact though that you could create one thing, if it's good, right? We always talk about content being, because there's a lot of parallels between what we do as little internet content creators and the big mega artists of yore. All you do is you put these content out there. It's all digital real estate, as Jamar calls it. So all it takes is one thing to get picked up, and it can create a passive residual stream for the foreseeable future. Granted, I don't think any of us, I hope we do. I don't think any of us are going to do $5,000 a day from a piece of content we create. But Jamar,
I think that's how people, music artists, like that's really, instead of going with labels or going like the route that they used to go to in previous 20, 30, 40 years, where they would have to get signed onto a label, right? And then the label would do a lot of the heavy lifting, but then the artist would get basically broke off a percentage of all of the income that was made, right? The label takes their piece, advertising takes their piece, the artist takes their piece. Whereas today, you can be independent and you can leverage social media, and you could just you can earn, 100%. And what they do is there's so many streaming music platforms now that now what happens is like with a Spotify, you can actually get all of your music on there. And if you're starting to get a lot of traction, I believe it becomes digital real estate where every time it plays, you actually earn money from it.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how it works.
I met somebody at Funnel Hacking Live. He's a piano player. He makes over $100,000 a year from Spotify because he plays relaxing piano music. He's like, and where I learned, he's like, his music, because on Spotify, they can tell you when your music is streaming, right? He's like, my stream spikes at 11 p.m. People put on my music, a long playlist, and fall asleep to it. So he gets 8 hours of streams throughout the whole night.
So Nick D, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Nick D on TikTok. He talks about this. There's no reason to really be a struggling artist, if you will, if you learn how to create content. And he like gives the formula to him building a 6-figure business, being an independent artist. He does his own album work. He has had multiple viral songs. I have him all over my phone. But I don't know if you guys remember the song Fine Apple. That's kind of when it all took off. And then he was actually creating content, singing, throwing things up over his shoulder, making it in baskets. Like, it was just crazy content. He actually has a podcast too with, I think, his business partner. And that's probably his video editor or something, if I had to guess, maybe. But it's pretty nice to see the story of an independent artist that's actually like telling this story.